Welcome to Joanie's Doll Photography. Today I'm going to take this tiny pattern and this small scrap of fabric and make a doll jumper like this one. Show and Tell Wednesday is hosted by Tracy at Eclectic Wandering. So I'm going to show and tell how I accomplished this. And let's get started. This is the tiny scrap of fabric that I made this doll's jumper from. It doesn't take very much, and I'll get 2 straps out of that excess piece on the right side. Here are the 2 straps, one after it's been turned and ironed, and the other is ready to be turned. I use this old Kenmore machine for sewing doll clothes because the presser foot is so narrow I can make a nice narrow hem, and it's a straight stitch machine, so there's only one tiny hole and my small doll clothes pieces don't get pulled down into the bobbin case. And I have a nice machine, but for doll clothes it's this old Kenmore. This is a used dryer sheet. I'm using it for a facing for the top half of the jumper. Fabric can also be used, but for doll clothes that are very tiny, I just use a used dryer sheet, and I'll show you how it looks as I work with it. I sew it on, then I cut it to size. I cut off the mountain corners and I make little slits on the valley corners. This is what it looks like on the front. Now I turn that inside out. Here's how it looks turned inside out. The next step will be to top stitch. I use the very narrow iron-on tape to put the hem up, and then I top stitch over that. It looks like this after I've used the iron-on tape. And then I top stitch the hem. Now let's see. There. Now I can attach some Velcro or snaps on the back and attach the straps to the top. I sew the button and the strap on at the same time. Because the buttons are non-functioning, they're just there for looks. And for Velcro, I always cut the Velcro in half to make it more narrow. And this is sew-in Velcro, but it's not the good one. The good one is called soft sew-in Velcro, and it makes a big difference. I'm out of that right now, so I'm just using regular sew-in Velcro. Here are the straps. It's ready to go. I even have a small bit of fabric left if I want to add a pocket. So next I fit it to the doll and see about the placement of the straps. I can mark the placement of the straps with a pin. And then I'll put it through like that. And I'll sew it down. Since I'm using 2 different colors of thread, I'm going to let the light thread be on the outside for the straps. And then I'll cut the straps a bit shorter. This is my little completed jumper. I might take an iron to it, try it on. Thanks for watching. I hope you'll check out any of the other channels joining in on Show and Tell Wednesday. If you leave a comment, I will reply and I'll come and subscribe to your channel. Until next time, bye-bye.